£288 on 8GB data.
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the best in entertainment and sports.
My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa, that's my name. Talking sports is my game, and I am the greatest. I love listening to Elegbete TV Radio for undiluted, unadulterated. It's probably replicated, but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbete TV Radio. I seriously love listening to it.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete TV Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet. Yes, 2025. This is the year. I've been away for a while. So many reasons that I cannot explain, but the good thing is I knew I was always going to be back. It's always going to be that time where everything that you put together crumbles. That's why Chino Achebe wrote a book and he calls it Things Fall Apart and the Center Cannot Hold. The center is the midfield. Cannot hold. Yesterday or this early morning, it was the quarterbacks that were controlling the game. Yes, it was Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs were going for once in a lifetime achievement of a three-peat, winning it 1, 2, 3 times in a row. But then the Eagles, who lost to the Chiefs 2 years ago, said that this time it's not going to happen. We're not only going to beat them, but we're going to mess them up. And exactly that is what they do. When they beat you in the finals of a Super Bowl 40-22, it means that you were messed up. But that's not the only thing in the English FA Cup. There were so many surprises. Okay, one team that is rooted at the very foot, the bottom of the championship, beat the team that is seated high above every other in the Champions League group and in the EPL, Liverpool. They were beaten. Yes, they were beaten. And they beat them. They push and chant for their eyes. And the slot could not slot in because this time around it did not have PDD's baby oil. So much he wanted to do, but Mo Salah was not there. But Salah left with the lubricant. And then Tottenham Hotspur, they say that the coach always win title in his second season. Well, we wait to see. Now they are out of the Carabao Cup. Liverpool in the finals, and that one they beat them 4 goals to nothing. It was just last week or so. That's a couple of days ago. And then yesterday, Liverpool were beaten by Plymouth. Plymouth doesn't even sound like a football club. Well, let's jump away from the FA Cup and let me tell you that even with Amanda, Barcelona beat Sevilla 4 goals to 1 away from home. Yes, and then Real Sociedad committed suicide, but they also won that game against Espanyol 2 goals to 1. And Valencia beat Leganés 2 goals to nothing, but Getafe went away and beat Alaves 1 goal to nothing in the Spanish La Liga. Let's come back and talk about the English FA Cup. Still so much to talk about. Aston Villa. Yes, they were the guys who gave everybody some kind of surprise in the past 2 seasons, and they are still on that run. Aston Villa made sure that Tottenham was let's talk about Ange Postecoglou. Yes, he always wins the title in the second season. Now the only title he's got in his side is the UEFA Europa Cup, and as I sit here, I can confidently tell you that they are not going to win it. Somewhere in the knockout stage, maybe the quarterfinals or the semifinals will be beaten. They will be beaten because that team is rubbish. It's shit. And they say they don't have players. Players are out injured. That's not the reason. They've lost games even when the players were not out injured. They are just a shit team. Yes, my name is Daffy Manchester. We love to come with Elegbete on the Sports. This is the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV radio. I feel good coming back to the microphone. I've missed this microphone. Even though I live in the same house with the microphone, but I've missed being with my audience. Yeah, it's been one crazy situation or the other. Do you know that somewhere in Burundi, Somewhere in Burundi, where my Igbo brothers and sisters, there's a club called Ngozi City. Yes, not Manchester City, not Leicester City, not Kansas City Chiefs. Ngozi City. Igbo people, please explain to me. Ngozi City, Ngozi. You see, Ngozi is Patience, right? Yes, Ngozi City is a team in Burundi. They play in the Burundian Premier League. They lost yesterday to Bumamuru. 2 goals to nothing. But I just thought I should let you guys know. I was scrolling, searching through football, and I saw that. I was like, ooh, Ngozi City in Burundi? Some Igbo people must be involved there. So please, if you're an Igbo person and you have an idea, a story about that team, please let me know. Tell me what you think. Why do we have Ngozi City in Burundi? Burundi, yes. Why do we have Ngozi City in Burundi? That's what I want to know. If you have an idea, you have an opinion, please educate me on that one. I need some education. Yes, Wolves, we're not joking. They beat Blackburn 2 goals to nothing in the English FA Cup. Why not? Once again, let me remind you, they beat Liverpool 1 goal to nothing. Aston Villa, they were 2-1 better than that team called Tottenham Hotspur. That team called shit. Yes, that team called shit. You know the team called shit? The team they call shit, you know them. Yes, they were beaten. British and the British FA Cup, the Tottenham Hotspur were beaten. They were beaten, blue, black, and red. What rubbish is that? Well, Arsenal are not in any cup competition, so they had the time to go to Dubai. Is it too late for them? You know, that's where they went last year, and they almost won the league title. They went to go and take some Otumokbo, some Medi, some Juju. Yes, some Medi. They went to go and do some Medi, and then they almost won the title, but Aston Villa put a spanner in their work, and Tottenham Hotspur decided to sell much, and since then Arsenal cost Tottenham Hotspur, and Tottenham Hotspur are dealing with the consequence of that. But would it be too little, too late? Would it be coming? I mean, I think have they gone too late? The fixtures and all that, as they come at too late of a time. I don't know. What do you think? Would Arsenal come back from Dubai and become a different team? Would I regret not signing a striker in this January window? It's sad because everybody keeps saying that. Everybody says, Arteta is stubborn. And my friend and my brother, Sawadin, will not even listen to any opinion, any advice. It's Arteta. Well, it's a difference between being a fan and being an analyst anyway. I was telling him, he's still a fan. One day he will become an analyst professionally. He will understand. Right now he doesn't. But he will understand very soon. He would. There is a plan for me and him to be on a podcast together. We will be there. I don't know when, but one day it will happen. I don't know how soon. This time around, I'm not carrying the burden or the pain or the need to be the one that bears the burden of production, execution, executive producer. Nah, I'm just in my own space. Well, still talking about that one. We tried. We've done all the things that we need to do. But let's go back to what happened on Saturday. Chelsea lost in the FA Cup as well. The coach kept telling you people, we're not in the title race. We're not in the title race. It means not just the FA Cup, any title. They are not in any title. Maybe they will also get knocked out of the Conference League. Because as it is, they are not in the title race. They are not in titles conversation this time around. When Newcastle were not interested in that one, as a beat Birmingham 3 goals to 2 on Saturday. Fulham were 2-1 winners against former FA Cup winners. Remember when we got beat Manchester City in the finals of the FA Cup, and then that same season they got relegated? Wow. Roberto Martinez, yes, was the coach at the time. They got relegated, but they beat Man City in the finals of the FA Cup. That said, that weekend we beat 2 goals to 1. The spirit of the FA Cup did not work in this one. Cardiff City and Stoke City. The City teams, they gave us a 7-goal thriller. The game ended 4 goals to 3. Football, life is a bear. Burnley, that's the team of his own company before he went to Bayern, where he's doing his own things as well. Burnley, they beat Southampton 1 goal to nothing. Southampton, there's nowhere they go that they don't lose. When your team is south, you always go south. You can't find your way to the north. Yes, the north is the upside, the south is the downside. They're always going down. Why come? They didn't bring their comb, so Preston give them that. Why come? We're beating 1 goal to nothing in that game. Bournemouth beat Everton 2 goals to nothing. Everton, everybody is burning them. Bournemouth came and burned them out. 2 goals to nothing. Yes, Ipswich Town were too good. They won 1, 2, 3, 4 goals to 1 against Coventry City. Coventry City used to be a team that have good runs in the FA Cup, but that was then. Yesterday's story does not make today's story different. Okay, yes, talking about Manchester City, Leyton Orient. They almost won this game, but Man City came back. They came back. and they won the game 2-1. Millwall, yes, once upon a time they were in the finals of the FA Cup. They played against Leeds United and they beat Leeds United 1-2. Yes, that's how it went on Saturday in the English FA Cup. All those teams that are not playing in the Premier League are happy right now. Roger is were 2-0 winner in the French League on Saturday as they beat Lens, which is Roma's club, by 2-0. You know, when you win game and you keep a clean sheet, it's always very, very sweet. It's always very, very exciting. And the thing about Roger is it's not like I'm a great fan of the club, but I just like monitoring what they're doing. I just like seeing what they're doing, how things are going for them, because there is my interest. My interest is in that club, and I always like to know what is going on. Is my investment growing, or is it not growing? I just want to know. Yes, you know what I mean. You will not understand. Some of you will not understand. If you don't understand, ask those who understand. I don't have the time to explain to anybody. Lille were beaten at home by Liavi 2-1. Saint-Etienne were beaten at home as well as Rennes beat them 2-0. On Saturday, I was looking at all this fish and I say, a way to win. All the matches, a way to win apart from Mojic. So this one, a way to win. Dortmund were beaten at home, a way to win. Stuttgart beat Dortmund at home 2-0. Freiburg beat Heidenheim 1-0 in the German Bundesliga. But Union Berlin went away and beat Offenheim 4-0. That was hot. The game between Wolfsburg and Bayer Leverkusen ended 0-0. Next match for Bayer Leverkusen will be Bayern Munich and Borussia Mönchengladbach and Eintracht Frankfurt. Even without Omar Mamouche, was 1-1 draw in that one. 1-1 goalless draw back in the day. Oh God, I've worked with people. I've seen people say this. Just make you laugh. 8 points is the gap between Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen. Would they be able to tumble it and defend their title? I don't think so. The funny thing is, this whole season, as we are in, Bayer Leverkusen have only lost one game. Only once they've lost this season. The team went unbeaten last season, and then they thought they could repeat it, but they've only lost once this season. The problem with them, the reason why there's an 8-point gap between them and Bayern Munich is the fact that they've had 7 draws. Bayern Munich have had 3 draws. They've also lost only one game, but then they've scored 65 and considered 19. Bayern Munich are scoring goals. Even though they don't have Lewandowski, but they're scoring goals. Scoring of goals is not a problem for them. For them, scoring of goals come natural. Italy, Atalanta, 5-0 away from home. When you go to somebody's home and you disrespect them, it's very, very painful. It's very, very annoying. It's very, very frustrating. Yes, match never starts. Matteo Retegui abandoned his goal in the 21st minute, and from there on, it was a show as he scored 4 goals in a single day. Ederson scored the other one, with goal number 3, to make sure it is 5-0. Oh my God. Where's Ademola Lookman? Somebody will say, Ademola Lookman, they don't need him in this one. He doesn't have to work any magic. He doesn't have to score goals. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to even turn up in the game. He doesn't have to show up. The coach like, no. My man is injured. Let him rest. Let him rest with his injury, because that knee injury, we need it to get well properly. But then the rest of the players say, look, man, African Footballer of the Year, the chief, stay on your own. We would do what we know how to do and do it very well. And they did what they know how to do, and they did it very, very well. As they won the game without Ademola Lookman. Yes, was out with a knee injury, 5-0. I forgot with that. 5-0 your home. AC Milan was like, okay, if Atalanta can go away and win 5-0, we can also go away and win 2-0. And they won their game 2-0. Both teams, Empoli and AC Milan, got a red card in that game. And then Torino and Genoa played at a 1-1 draw. That's what she wrote. But then you know how we were talking before Christmas about Napoli, whether they can sustain this top position or they will lose it. Well, they're still on top. Whatever happens, they're still on top. And as it is right now, Inter Milan, that have plenty games in hand, have only one game in hand, and they can only, if they win, they can only come close the gap to 1, but Napoli have really done well. This season, they've lost only 3 games, draw 4 out of 24, they've won 17. They've won the most number of games. That's the reason why they are sitting perfectly on top of the league table. There's a possibility that they might win this league title. They might win it. I don't know, but they might win it. And they don't have any of their player in the top 4 of their highest goal scorers, but Lukaku is 9 goals, 6 assists as helping. But when you think that Matteo Retegui has 20 goals and 3 assists already, you will know that sometimes it's not just about having the top goal scorer, it's just about having a very solid team that everybody does the thing that they're supposed to do. That's exactly what is happening over there in Italy. Well, I don't know, but in France, Paris Saint-Germain are still comfortable on top of the league table. They know that they will win this one because they're 10 points ahead of Olympique de Marseille. Monaco, who used to be second, and now in 4th position. OGC Nice, who started the season not so well, are in 3rd position. They're making progress. They're doing well. Even Montpellier, at some point, we thought that they would rise, but then again, Okibe and Okibe, you know, they rise anything. They're still at the floor of the league. For those of you who don't know, the French Ligue 1 has 18 teams in it. It's not 20 teams. Just in case you don't know. I'm just saying that so that you know. Well, let's come back to the Super Bowl that was played the early hours of this morning for us, and on Sunday at the Caesar Superdome. Yeah, that's what it is called, Caesar Superdome. It was a very, very, you know, very funny kind of game when in the first quarter you are 7 point down. And then you think, okay, you can come back in the second quarter. Second quarter, it was 17-0. Jesus Christ. What was the Kaiser Chiefs doing? They eat too much meat or they were so overconfident? Because in the third quarter, it was 10-6. A little bit of respect. But in the fourth quarter, where they really came out and said, okay, let us fight for something, it was too late because the game was already won and lost as the Philadelphia Eagles controlled it. And in the fourth quarter, it was 16-6 in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs. But it was too much. They couldn't do a three-peat. Remember, just don't forget that this team, 2 years ago, we saw them how they beat our guys. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and Kansas City Chiefs went on to defend their title. And everybody said, "Oh, they're going to do a three-peat." Well, it's not always the same. When everybody put expectation on you and they feel like, "Oh, you're going to work magic, you're going to do this, you're going to do that." It doesn't always happen like that, and that's exactly what happened because somehow the halftime. Oh God! You know, this Super Bowl have some funny thing. The slogan was "End Racism," right? But the halftime show by Kendrick Lamar is still sang "They're Not Like Us." So I don't know. Maybe some of you guys don't really follow the Super Bowl. I stayed awake all night. You know, there's my American side. I cannot run away from it, even though I gave up my passport, all that. But I still can't run away from it. I always follow the Super Bowl because I just love the energy. I love the marketing, the advertising, the business. Damn, these guys are good when it comes to the business of the game. So they know all these things that they do, all these, you know, incredible things that they bring to the party. I always like to follow it because there's always one thing or the other to learn. Don't think that you are too big to learn something from there. No, there's always something to learn, and I always watch to learn one or two things that can help me tomorrow, you know, when I do the things that I do, the way I do them, and kind of like try to figure it out. But then football will always take the supreme place in my heart of heart because football is a ruling sport. Okay, for those of you who don't know, let me shock you with a little bit of do you people even need that? But let me tell you, 30 seconds advert on the Super Bowl, 30 seconds is between $7.5 to $8 million, and these guys are not playing. This is business. This is not Chere Cambia or Obrono Cha. This is business. My business. Yeah, this is business to the very highest level. But then that's the way it works. And it's beautiful, you know, to see everybody. The president was there. Donald Trump was there. Taylor Swift was there. But it changes nothing, man. It changes nothing. As the people who sabi, they want their own. Okay? So that's the way it is. The MVP was Julian Hurts, the quarterback for the Eagles. It was the MVP. So there's nothing to take. But then let's get done with that one and come to your side. I mean, today I just really felt like, you know, I want to have like me and you guys time. I thought that the comment section would be flooded with a lot of questions, a lot of talking. Where have you been? I wasn't expecting a lot of people. I mean, we've been off air for a very long time. I said, look, you know what? Let's even start the show today, do a bit of 30 minutes and see what's going on, what's happening. Barcelona, yes, let's talk a little bit about Barcelona. You guys, Barcelona, you know, just when you think that things are not going to go well with them, the small boys, you know, they are not really in the peak of their powers. Let's be very honest. They are not superstars in the team, but somehow Barcelona keep coming, scoring loads of goals, banging in the goals here and there. Some players that last season were not in form. Yes, I agree. Real Madrid are on top of the log, 50 points, but it's just 2 points that separate them and Barcelona. Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid played at a 1-1 draw this weekend, and you're saying to yourself, you know what? There's a possibility that Barcelona can creep out of nowhere, come in and win the league title. But I'm going to ask you guys this question. Would it be a failure if Barcelona maybe just make the top four, doesn't win the league, doesn't win the Champions League, doesn't win the Copa del Rey, would it be a failure? Okay, they've won the Copa del Rey, right? No, the Super Cup was what they won. So would it be a failure if they don't win anything other than that Super Cup that they beat? They trashed Real Madrid. Saudi Arabia. Would it be a failure on your part? And then on the flip side, what would winning the league? I mean, they've been winning league titles before. It's not the first time, but what would winning the league with this bunch of these kids? A lot of them are kids. Let's be very honest. It's just that they are kids with a very, very big heart. Kids that can do wonderful things. You know, players like Gavi, Lamine Yamal, Pedri, are young kids, okay? But the way they play, you almost want to think that these guys are some of the most experienced, some of the most brilliant, some of the most powerful. You enjoy them when they play. And then there is senior man in the midst, Robert Lewandowski. We can't talk enough of Robert Lewandowski, but whatever we say or do, it doesn't really matter. What really matters is the fact that these little kids are shining like a million star every time they turn up to do well. Ferran Torres might not play for a very long time. You bring him on, and then he's scoring. Rafinha is scoring goals. You know, everybody in that team is Eric Garcia, everybody is, chiming in with their own little contribution here or there. And some people have gone to town like, Liverpool lost to Plymouth Aga, so that means it could be the beginning of the end. Well, I don't think it's the beginning of the end. They got to the finals of the Carabao Cup with an emphatic 4-0 win over Tottenham Hotspur, who beat them in the first leg 1-0, and then they lost this one. I mean, you could take one defeat here or there and then move on to the others. I mean, I don't know if you would choose the FA Cup over the Carabao Cup. I'm not really a fan of the Carabao Cup, but hey, any win is a win for a new coach. If he goes on to win the finals against Newcastle in the FA Cup, in the Carabao Cup, and then win the league title, that's still the Champions League. I'm not saying they're going to win the Champions League, but I think that they're in a place in the Champions League now where some of the major big teams who should be competition will be knocked out. Yeah, there's Man City, Liverpool, one of those two. Man City, Real Madrid, one of those two will be knocked out, and then all the other teams like that. Some of the big teams will be knocked out, and then remaining possible teams that Liverpool can actually beat, home and away, get to the finals, smash and grab, play one boring finals, and then how the Champions League is. Finals are mostly boring. Win the cup and then come back home. And then you look at and it's the first season, you win the league, you win the Carabao Cup, and then win the Champions League. We had incredible success, right? But what if they don't win anyone? I'm just playing devil's advocate. What if they don't win anyone? What if they don't win any of these titles? Well, I mean, I'm just here thinking, but I'm just asking these questions, okay? I've missed you guys too. Let's be very, very honest. I've missed you guys. I've missed the opportunity to come into this studio, the mic, and then do the things that I need to do. But then we had like the most diabolical entrance to the year. 2nd of January, Lagos State came in and cut off all the wires of internet in this estate. In the whole of this estate, they said that the company that's supplying us internet, it did not pay one thing, did not comply to some things, and then that was done. And then again, they went around using chain to chain almost every gate. I don't know if it happened in your area if you live in Lagos, but everywhere. I mean, mine didn't chain my gate anyway. But that's Lagos State. And then beyond all of that, so many things. And then MTN wasn't working at all. Oh, God of heaven. It was really, I was looking at myself like I was in digital jail. Like I could not do anything on the internet. I could not browse. I could not upload content. I have like a 1-minute video to upload as short. It takes me like 48 hours. I miss my crew for the views from the stands. I mean, everything was just crazy, but then thank God we're back now. Let's hope that we can be running on a daily basis. Well, having said that, today is just for you guys who are here. Pop up your questions, say what you think, what you missed about the show, and then what you have. The whole transfer window, we didn't have to do one single show. You don't know how that really hurt me, because it was a time where I had like more major opinions on almost everything going on in transfer, but I just couldn't put it out. It was sad, but hey, if you're damn here, it's up to you now. Let's talk, okay? So many things to talk about, so many different things to talk about, but I'm going to depend on you. I'm going to rely on you guys to be the ones who help me lead in the conversation so that we'll see where we head here. Let's get whatever you think you want to say. Let's hear. Jadon Sancho's one-word message to Marcus Rashford infuriate Man United fans after they both escape exile with loans to Premier League rivals. Well, whatever it is up to Marcus Rashford to prove himself. So he played well against Tottenham Hotspur. I didn't see the game, but they said he played well. So let's see if he continues to play well. But the thing is, would Ruben Amorim get fired? Okay, this question has been hanging in my head since when. once he made that move. Would Ruben Amorim get fired if, for instance, Marcus Rashford gets to play every game for Aston Villa and scored hypothetically 10 goals between now and the end of the season? Would Ruben Amorim get the start? Would that become one of the reasons to judge, one of the elements to judge him with and say, oh, this that player that was used to go and you couldn't manage him, blah, blah, blah. You stuck to your ways. You want to play a system of play where we don't have the players to match it. You couldn't adapt. You couldn't adjust. Would that be a problem? If you're a Man United fan watching us today, you think that the conversation, there should be anything about sack and Ruben Amorim in the same sentence? Can we have that kind of conversation? Well, don't forget, we're still going to talk about Super Bowl, because at the Super Bowl, Lionel Messi lead ex-Barcelona's boys night out at the Super Bowl, luxury suit as he watches Eagles embarrass Chiefs with Inter Miami teammate. It was nice. There was Sergio Busquets there was Suarez, there was Gerard Piqué, there's a whole lot of former Barcelona players in the executive boards watching that game and having fun. But then it is what it is. Those who won have won, and those who lost have lost. Continue with the game. That's what it is. Jack Grealish might thrive if he were free from Pep's control, but one former Man City star's decline should serve as a warning to him. Well, whatever anybody thinks, there's always a coach that is holding you down until you go somewhere else and you still fail. I don't think that Pep Guardiola is holding him down. I just don't think that Jack Grealish was as good as the English media was hyping him. I've never seen him as a good player. I just saw him as an average player who doesn't even have control, who doesn't know what he's doing. But then in Turkey, the continuous talk of Galatasaray fixing matches is beginning to rear its head, and we're beginning to see some things that is pointing in that direction. Penalty was awarded in the 30th minute or 20-something minute, and then the players of the opposition team walked off the pitch because they felt, come on, this is getting too much. There's too much. And you heard Jose Mourinho talk the other day about how Galatasaray gets questionable calls in their favor. And then there's been talk about politicians interfering with the game in Turkey in favor of Galatasaray. So you know how bad a game would have to be for a team to walk out on the field in the 30th minute. It really does tells you a whole lot about the team. Okay, but it is what it is. Sergio Ramos' wife has told him, you know what, since you don't want to retire, right? I'm not divorcing you like Pep Guardiola. Since you love this football and this is where you want to die, you see that contract that you've gone to sign in Mexico, you are on your own. Me and the children, we will stay in Spain. We're not coming to Mexico. Okay? We are not coming. We went to France with you. We'll be moving with you. But enough is enough. We're not going anywhere with you. So he's going to go there on his own. He's going to watch the Tomatoes Festival on his own. He's going to watch the bullfighters on his own. I mean, they do all those things in Spain too, you would understand. But then the drug cartel too he would experience them on his own, and many more. Wow, one of those things that happened. And then, you know, during this January window where we're away, Lewis Kelly scored a goal and did the Haaland celebration, and everybody was going crazy. Oh, this is disrespectful. It's a small boy. He shouldn't do that. What is wrong with people? What really is wrong with people? Are they trying so hard to remove emotion from football? The key things that are bad about English football, the bad officiating, referees taking cocaine, referees misbehaving, all of those things are the things that they should be talking about. But no, if you celebrate one kind, we will sanction you, we will ban you. What really is going on? And then, how bad has football become that Alexander Isak is regarded as one of the greatest strikers in Premier League? How bad has football become? How really terrible is football? I mean, is football not all about PR? Because, I mean, I'm not saying he's not having a good season, but Alexander Isak, I haven't had people call him world-class striker. Damn, this world-class. And I mean, I will have to now reluctantly accept that Bukayo Saka is world-class. So if this is what the world-class have become. But guys, you agree with me that Alexander Isak is a world-class striker, like world class, because when I hear people say this, I'm like, wait a minute, are we talking about the same player? Or, I mean, would you prime Jeremy Defoe versus prime Isak? Who would you pick? Prime Michael Owen versus Isak? Who would you pick? Let's leave Thierry Henry and them Drogba. Even prime Yakubu Ayebeni versus Isak. Yakubu scored 19 goals in the season for Portsmouth, scored 19 Premier League goals. in one season. Well, who would you pick? What's it called? Marcus Bent and Darren Bent, those two, or Peter Crouch. Because some people say Alexander Isak is world class. Like, are we talking about the same player, or I'm watching a different player and you guys are watching a different player, and then when you talk about the guy you're talking about, I don't know the person, but then the person I'm talking about, you also don't know the person, because he's a good striker, yes, he's scoring goals, but what class? What's going on? Well, let me go to the comment section, because I mean, today is meant to be all about the comment, all of you guys there, and I'm happy to be back. I'm honestly happy to be back, and I've waited for this day. I've waited for so long. It felt like I was in jail. It felt like I was locked out of my own house. It felt like my dream is wiping away, and I'm preparing for a whole lot this year. I want to go to Europe next month. I want to go to Africa Women's Championship in Morocco. I want to end the year and start the next year in Morocco with the African Cup of Nations. And this year, I like this with the that's what I was feeling like. But hey, we're back now. We're back on the microphone, and let's hope that God willing, it will be nice. Man, I need to even put the data number on this thing so that you guys when I go buy data for that modem, because right now I don't understand. But let's go to this one. Ibrahim Kalajai Ibrahim Adewale says welcome back, boss. Welcome, thank you very much. Senator Nato say welcome back, boss. I have missed the show very much. I have missed it to myself. Like, I've really missed it. Oh God, missed this show. My hair, I waited, my hair started going good. That's how much I've waited. Akimola Larry says it's good to be back here. We miss you, boss. I miss you guys. Shani Bakwaya, miss you. Welcome back, boss. I have missed the show so much. Kalija Ibrahim Adewale says good morning to you all. Let's share the live, like and subscribe. Let's let everyone know we are back and stronger. Thank you very much. I mean, I always know you're good. I mean, you're not giving me feedback of the boot. Is that boot good? I think I have a few other books that I would love to give out. If you guys, for those of you who play football, who play football, it doesn't have to be professional football. Like, it will be all-star, Saturday football. I'm just in that mood. You know, there's going to be room for us to give out boots maybe later this month. Try and get your sizes, and then you would send a dispatch to come pick it up. Those people who want books, want books. So today they did not come to pick it up. It's very, very strange how people behave when it comes to book. Emmanuel Abayoje, and then these same people tell me that if you write your book, the one who and win, and I don't come pick up. And I feel, what if I write book and I come put that for sale? I'm not going to buy it. Well, Emmanuel Abayoje said, boss, where have you been? I've been in my house. Emmanuel Abayoje said, we have missed you and the show. Thank you very much. Kaljaye Ibrahim says, let's like, guys. I didn't even complain about that one again. He said, click the like button. Welcome back. Saw the picture with the FIFA boss. You know, Guru, let's talk about that for a minute. Why are you people like this? That picture is freaking 3 years old. I snap a picture with the FIFA president and I was like, congratulations for freaking what? There's something about us as a people that's why people live fake life. I was even explaining to people that it's not a big deal now. This is like, I've met with Infantino on 3 different occasions. I met him in Rwanda, I met him in Lagos, and then I met him again in Ghana. I met 3 times. And it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I could say that we've had like a semblance of friendship now, because I mean, he saw me the second time and you remember me. You know, we talk when we meet. But then I just put out that picture on that day. Because there was one idiot on Twitter that was just blabbing. You know, sometimes you engage these fools for 2 reasons. One, it helps you to know where certain people's mindset is at. You know, I wrote a simple thing because I saw that girl that foolishly said on Paul's podcast that Victor Boniface is not talented. And that's strange. But if I know this job very well, I know that clickbaiting is a very important thing in podcasting, because if you consider how much it costs to put a podcast together and all the hard work you put in, you need to say some things that will stir the honestness, that will get people engaged with the podcast. That's very, very important, and it will make you trend. So, but you have to now look at yourself and say, is it worth it? Is this something that I want to do? Is this what I want to be known for? Let me give you a good example. Saida Badge coming to say Talking Stage is 20 million, I'll be 2 million. That's her. She might not even have anybody who's giving her 100,000 naira in Talking Stage, but that's her. and she's used it to draw attention to herself, right? So people can say all sort of things, and like the Olosho girl, for instance, that's always talking about Olosho. Everybody talk about her, but things are not always the way you think they are. Everybody come up with gymnastics these days to get the social media attention, because everybody's on social media. Take for instance, during the election in America, CNN's highest rating was 153,000 views at any given time. That's the highest. CNN used to do 150 to 200 million, but they've dropped. Same for Fox. Fox was 179,000. That's very low compared to what regular, average Joes on social media are doing. So times have changed. And if you want to be on social media, you're going to come up with something controversial, something crazy, something mad. Things I used to do on radio back in the day where people say I'm controversial, I'm crazy. But I knew that's a game, right? But I don't have a problem with that. And I saw where Victor Boniface was now showing the girl, begging him for money, which is bad. Begging him for money, begging him for jersey, and because he did not give her, that's why she went on the podcast. And that became very, very bad. So, I just, first off, if you're with me, if you in my circle, my WhatsApp space, I went there and I put a voice note and I told all my guys that, look, this job that we're doing, if you are associated with me, if people connect you to me in any way, like, oh, now I let a boy be that, or now I let a girl be that, like I tell them that, don't let me ever hear that you go and beg a player jersey, or you go and beg a player money. Whatever is happening to you, tell me. If I don't have the money, I'm going to go to my guys after my team, and I'll tell them, guys, we have this problem to solve. Let's raise the money. We will solve it, but definitely not go beg a footballer money or jersey. I mean, but I always tell people that, you see me, I don't wear players jersey. If you give me jersey, if a player give me this, I'll tell her right there, I'm not going to wear them. I'm going to give it away. I don't want anybody giving me. I don't even hang out for the wall of my studio. Most of the players have reached out to me. Papa, if I give you jersey, if I frame them, send them to you, you put that for your wall. I said, no, I don't want to put it there. I'm not. I'll put jerseys that I buy. I'll go and buy jersey from Ademola Abiodun Ibrahim. Fantastic guy, sells quality jersey. I'll buy jersey from him and put it on my wall. I know that I bought it with my money. You understand? But long story short, I put a tweet out. I said, let me even try and find it if I can see it. That I teach the people who work with me, who are under my tutelage, who I mentor, and I tell them, don't take money, don't take offerings, anything, jerseys, money, help from footballers, because the job you do means that you will praise them 1 minute and you would also criticize them the next minute. That's the line, the nature of the job that we do. It's a very crucial job. And when you take jerseys, or you take money, let's say Victor Osimhen, who's always in the news now. Let's say you take money from Victor Osimhen. How do you wake up again and Victor Osimhen maybe does something bad that is worth talking about? How do you now wake up and go and criticize him? Okay, see, this is it. I said that I always train those that I mentor in football analysis to observe one rule above all else. Never ask active footballers who are not your, there's even a caveat to, who are not your family or friends, any financial or jersey favor. You can never do the job without praising or criticizing them based on your perspective. And then I went further on, it was a thread, or their form for club or country, or in some coconut head cases, their attitude. You know what I mean by that. How would you criticize the person you want to beg money, jersey or visas? That's why when footballers give me jersey willingly, I tell them right there that I won't wear it, or I would give it out. Okay, I will give it away to my fans, not even members of my family or my children. I remember a player, I give some instances. One guy, Mr. Mike, showed up out of nowhere. I was, saying also. Now, why I'm bringing this up is, and then I'm also got a lot of people on my DM. Why are you not talking on this Victor Boniface and this podcast girl? Listen, to be very honest, I thought that everybody that was responding was giving the girl too much publicity. That's one. Two, I also thought that, in this world that we live in, I've learned how to fight some fights and ignore some. If I was Boniface, I wouldn't even answer the girl. I would ignore the girl. She want attention, let her family people give her the attention. But hey, again, another flip side to it was that everybody was trying to shut her down. I don't think that it's good for the job that we do for people to shut people like that up. She's got her opinion. She said, to me, he's not skillful, he's not talented. To me. So a measure of talent, because to some people, Alex Iwobi is one of the greatest football player in the world. To me, he's shit. I don't know if you get my point. So we might get these things wrong all the time. To me, he shouldn't even be on the football field playing football. But then, to somebody else, he's one of the greatest players to ever play the game of football. So all of these things, come to play one way or the other. I don't think that gagging people should be allowed. Okay, say something that you don't like, let it be. Okay, we move on. Well, States9 Football said, welcome back. Saw the picture with the FIFA boss. So that FIFA boss picture is that one that I posted is 3 years ago. There's even a new one. I've not even bothered to post. It's not a big deal. People we make fuss out of nothing. It was because of that mind, because he was not saying what if you go, like he was saying all sort of shit. I was like, hey God, this is can I not see my mate like Puja, like Labalaba? First of Labalaba is not my mate. Labalaba is one small, I don't know where it belongs. Content creators who needs help. I don't need that kind of help. I need a community. I'm building a community. Those are two different things. Puja is Puja. I'm not Puja. I don't have a problem with him, but I'm not trying to be like him. But hey, it is what it is. Precious Yede was saying, welcome back, boss. It's nice to be back. Emmanuel Obahedre. So my question is on Super Eagles coach. We have not heard your analysis on the coach and the hope of the Eagles excelling with this coach, Eric Chow. Have I not made my analysis about it? I think I have. I was on 54 Football X and I talked about the coach. I gave my take, and I also gave my take on Twitter. I don't think that the coach is a problem. I think that the Super Eagles are a diabolical team that needs a miracle. And the funny thing, and I keep saying this thing, and I'm going to say it again, we will be surprised that this coach, Eric Chow, will not take us to the AFCON. When I say this, every time I say this, I laugh because it doesn't even make sense. He has a 2.5 years contract. Why would he not take us to the AFCON? AFCON is starting on the 21st of December, right? 2025. But let me create this hypothesis for you. We're playing Rwanda and Zimbabwe next. Let's say we go to Rwanda and we lose. We play against Zimbabwe and we draw, and then we manage to patch it up and then play the next 2 games again, and then we lose to South Africa, and then we maybe we draw to Benin Republic. I don't know. Whatever happens, and it is obviously clear that we're not going to make the World Cup. You think that Nigerians or anybody in this country would allow Eric Chow to take us to the AFCON? The answer is no. So let's take it one step at a time and see what happens. I don't know. I don't think the coach have a problem. I think that it's going to be very difficult for any coach to coach the Super Eagles and excel. We should have left Ganacho. We did not. We should have left Pesero after taking us to the finals of the AFCON. That was the smart thing to do. Leave him and let him continue, build on what he's got, but we couldn't. We're looking for cheap articles. We have a Keke Napep budget, but we want to price a Ferrari. We have a Keke Napep money fund, but we have a Ferrari or a Gulfstream expectation, which is a problem. So the reality is that we don't have the money for the quality coach, and we also don't have the players. If you look at the Super Eagles today, people say we have a lot of strikers. The truth of the matter is we have only one striker and then one winger. Finish. Every other player there is just barely average or below average. And the 2 players that we have is Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen. The other ones are just neither here nor there. And then in midfield, we really do not have midfielders. And football is played in midfield. Okay? When push comes to shove, we say we have a defense, maybe 2 inches or 3 or 10 inches above average. But that's where it ends. We have only one goalkeeper. He gets injured. We're back to the God come and help us. Okay, let's say we have 1.5 goalkeeper or 2 goalkeeper. We have Marika Okoye. We have what's it called? The guy in South Africa now that went to the AFCON and won the silver medal. What's his name? Stanley Wambali. And then we have Marika Okoye. Don't even mention Francis Zoh. For me, all-time worst goalkeeper ever that I've seen across whether national team or club. But we're going to sit here and watch. Eric Sekou I've got a very difficult and tricky job, but then he took the job. He negotiated for it. He took the job. He's going to have to find a way to make it happen. For the coach, I've done my digging, my finding. I've spoken to my people in France and my friends that I know, the Moroccan national team. The Malian national team, and the people that I played with when he was playing in the French Ligue 1. And one of the things that they say consistently about him is that he's a fitness freak. If you're not fit, you can't play for his team. And then if I know the Super Eagles the way I know them, that's going to be an interregnum. It's a marriage between oil and fuel. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Our players are very, very lazy. Kelechi Iheanacho, the rest of them. They're very, very lazy players. They don't like anybody overstressing them. They don't like anybody drilling them, because coming to play for the national team is an opportunity to get some extra babes, to get some extra fun, so they don't want all that too much stress, too much pushing. If you push them too much, they'll just go there and lose the game and go fly back, take private jet out of Uyo to Abuja or to Lagos, and then fly back to Europe and then go and sit in excuse me, guys, sitting podcasts and mock all of us. But the truth is, if he comes with a hard line of, they must be fit, which is very good, which is the right thing to do, now it is how he communicates it to his team. It is how he tells them. I remember Iguavon trying to force the players into all this fitness regime in 2021. We lost to Tunisia at the end of the road. So it's one of those things where you sit back and say to yourself, if the players wants to win, we've got some players who could band together and win, but I don't see these players as people who are willing to band together. These are players who are God unto themselves. Everybody's a big man. Nobody can talk to the other ones. And then there are some players who are, no matter what, whether they come late, they will be the starters. If the coach changes that order, Finidi just tried to do it, it burns his hand. I don't know who will be able to do it, but to be very honest with you, Emmanuel, I'll tell you for free here that my hopes are not high. For the Super Eagles, qualifying for the World Cup is zero. Nations Cup, I hope they do well. Where my programs that I'm preparing for the AFCON, for instance, I'm not preparing with Super Eagles in mind. Whether they get beaten, or if we make it to there, we get the sponsors or our views. The only thing that's holding us on sponsorship right now is our subscribers are not going up. So if our subscribers go up to the point where sponsors are willing to come in, we're not going to program our AFCON participation and content creation around the Super Eagles. Yeah, Super Eagles will be part of it, will be concocted into it, but it will be just covering the whole Morocco as a host country, the whole facilities, because again, they are going to host the World Cup in 5 years from now. So it's something that you want to, put all those stories out, all those content, and hopefully we get to visit Morocco on a regular basis before the World Cup, and then we push towards Saudi Arabia. I mean, my mind is telling me to go to India as well. I don't know where that is coming from, but I've been having like a big urge to go look at football in India and see what's going on. Correct, one of the largest democracies in the world. But that's my take on Eric Tuchel. I just hope that he's lucky enough to get players who feel like, let's go there and do it for the country. Khalijaye Ibrahim Adewale says, what was the biggest shock result of the weekend and what went wrong for the losing team? I think it's a Liverpool. Plymouth beating Liverpool was, for me, the biggest shock. Okay, there were so many results, but when I look at that, I didn't expect Napoli to draw against Udinese at home. I was actually expecting them to win. I like when what was it called? I also was surprised that Cagliari beat Parma, because the form that Parma were on, I expected them to at least get something out of that one, but then they lost. But Plymouth beating Liverpool. I think that Liverpool came into that game after beating Spurs 4-0 in the Carabao Cup, and they've been on the roll. And that happens. You're high on confidence. You're playing against the worst team in the championship. They are bottom of the championship. Let's also be fair to Liverpool on this count. And you look at the team and you say to yourself, there's no way on this planet Earth, even if Liverpool uses their reserve team, their junior team, they will beat Plymouth. Right? But you see, the thing about the FA Cup is that it's the one opportunity for you to make a mark and be in the news for a very long time, and also push your players into much of the conversation. So when you look at top of the league in the Premier League, Liverpool, the championship that just ended, the UEFA Champions League group phase, or the league phase that just ended, they were on top. Plymouth this season have played 30 games in the league. 30 games. They've drawn 10, lost 15, scored 29 goals, conceded 63. Hey, come on, somebody wake me up if I'm sleeping. They've won only 5 games in 24 teams, in a league of 24 teams, and of these 30, so you don't put them in the conversation. This is not Leeds United. This is not Sheffield United. This is, you don't put them in the conversation. It's a walkover. If you even look at the odds that were available, you will not even put Plymouth in any conversation of saying they would win anything out of it. And then you wake up the next morning and you find out that the team, God, I mean, it's crazy to even think about it. Like, the fact that we're having a conversation around it right now tells you how humongous that is. But we're in an era where, there are too many games scattered around on stream platform, on TV, on radio, everywhere, that we forget all of this. And then you look at Liverpool. Liverpool are top of the league against some of the most powerful teams. They played 23 games, 17 wins, 5 draws, 1 loss all season in the league. Okay? All season, 1 loss. And then another team that is used, they played the group stage of the Champions League, the league phase. They lost also only 1 game. And they were top, ISN, big players. And then you got to lose to Plymouth. That's, for me, by any shade of the word, that is the biggest upset of the weekend for me, Kalaja Ibrahim. There's nothing. What did they do wrong? I think that you would agree with me when you are on this type of winning run, this kind of streak, this kind of position that Liverpool find themselves, especially when you start the season with nobody expecting you to do anything. They got to that point where it's not Plymouth. Like I always say, that in football, when I was coaching, I always tell my players, every game you lose, you lost it in the dressing room. There's no game you lose on the field. What's your mindset going into this game from the dressing room before the game even started? What's your mindset? There are two or three types of mindset. One mindset is a done deal. We've already won it. We're not going to do anything. When you go with that kind of mindset, like Liverpool did, the opposition will shock you. Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas in Japan, 1991 also. February 1991, if I'm not mistaken. There is also the, you know what, if we die, we die. But this place, if we must die, we die with somebody. Greece, 2004, the Euros against when Portugal was hosting. We got there. I mean, they've not won anything on international football. There is nobody that's expecting them to do anything, but they know that, look, we've got to make a mark here. We'll die here. Play Portugal in the first game, play Portugal in the last game, won both games, beat France with Zidane in it, beat everybody that was in front of them, and they won the tournament. Denmark, 1992 Euros as well. They didn't qualify. Yugoslavia was kicked out. They called them, even their star player, Michael Laudrup said, and then they go. His younger brother Brian and the rest of them, Schumacher, they went there. And then they won it. Then there is also the other mindset of, we're not good enough. Mental block, we're not good enough. And it happens not just in football, in life. People just think that they are being humble, they are being modest when they say, I'm not good enough, or I'm not fine, I'm not. Man, shut the fuck up and put yourself out there. Talk good about yourself, be confident about yourself, So I think that Liverpool went into this game like, is it not Plymouth? Don't worry, we'll beat them. And then they were given the shock of their life. I found out that those guys can defend with their life. They needed PDD's lubricant, but on the weekend they were just giving us the list of people who were on the free come. So there was no baby oil. There's no baby oil anywhere to lubricate them, and then there was no Mo Salah. It was too late, and they got knocked out. So for me, that's my biggest surprise from the weekend, all the games of the weekend that I followed. It wasn't really surprising that the Eagles came to win. Kansas City Chiefs is everybody's favorite, but I knew that the Eagles were going to stop that 3 beats. Okay. Engineer Ibrahim Abela says, good morning, the house. Good morning to you. Welcome back, boss. I don't think not winning the league would be a failure for this Barcelona lad. It will be a massive upgrade for the players if they can win it. But must we? Trust me, Hansi Flick has done massive job. Okay, I would love if he can crown it up with a win anyway. I would love for him to crown it up with a win because put up all this scintillating performance, all this excellent play, good result, beating, one more Clasico to go, right? Beating Madrid the way they've beaten them 4-0, 4-5-1, all. In that season when you tell the story, you should win the titles. Like Arsenal beating Man City 5-1 and then they still end up not winning anything. Arotu says, the prof, I agree to my brother. Emmanuel Abayo says, rumors are on that Leslie Ugochukwu and Chukwu Emeka of Chelsea are on Eagles provincial list. Do you think it's exciting having these guys 8 and 1 area of your team? Arsenal is desired by Nigeria. We can desire whoever we want to desire if they want to play for Nigeria. If they're not ready to play for Nigeria, if they're not change their nationality, it is just all talk, all romance without penetration. Okay, so it's an exciting prospect. But you see, the problem I fear is that most of these players that are born abroad, the first generation, or second generation, third generation that have come to play for us, accepted whatever mess we have to offer. But between me and you, we're getting into an era where those messes can no longer be accepted by these kids. So if we are going to go out there to go drag these kids to come, we also need to raise the bar. We also need to raise the standard. We also need to provide them with the kind of efficiency, the kind of quality, the kind of a standard that they have. Because if you take my kids now from this house to go spend holiday with you, barest minimum, you must have like 24 hours. Internet must be in your house. If not, they will call me on the phone, say they won't come up for your house. All right? But then if you take them from here, let's say you take them from my house and you take them to, say, Amaju's house or Alibaba house, it's a higher upgrade from where they are staying. They'll be comfortable. But take them from here, say you take them to my cousin's house. My cousin is living his normal life. I go there, I'll be comfortable. But in that place, if NEPA take light, okay, it's done. They unjoin in the evening around 6 or 7. By 10, 11, they switch it off. Everybody sleep like that. If you get sweat too much, wake up at night, go and bath cold water. Simple. My kids will not be able to. So there are standards that these kids are used to. When they come and you don't meet it and they complain, we'll now start blacklisting them. We'll now start putting them in a place. These are kids who are used to expressing themselves. These are kids who are used to speaking up and demanding for what they want. Can we also, because it's not enough. If I go out there, say I wasn't married, I'm a single man. I go out there and I see a Rose girl. I know say a Rose girl. She they wear both straight of 1 million. She they go Dubai, they give herself treats. Okay, I can't come when she marry me. I can't say I'm a YouTuber or I'm just starting. Or I have only 17,000. We're not even making up to $100 every month. Just bear with me. And then she starts sleeping with other men. The problem is not her. She's in a natural element. Now me, we don't know my standard. Now me, we don't know where I belong. Now me, we don't know my class. Now me, bring trouble come my house. You understand? So to be calling Kanishuko Emeka and the rest of them, this is the Gen Z set. These ones, they're not be like them, Alex Iwobi. These ones are different. They are going to come. They can slap Guso. Yes. That's the place we're getting to now. These players where they are owing people 20 match bonuses. That's that called over 3 years, and they're not paying them. My mother go stay there. The first month became making no go big to they get the more leap to cover. If not, now they fly with fresh put. That's it. Now they fly with fresh put. So it's not about excitement. It's about do we have the facilities to handle these type of players? The quality of players, the hybrid player that we're looking for right now, because these are hybrid players. These are players that are not physically into any fighting for anything. Give me the tools. If a Marcus Rashford can tell you that he's not happy, even after earning £350,000 a week, he's not happy. That's why he's not playing well. You think these guys are going to come and you go owe them money? They go, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. You have to plan all ends. If not, between me and you're not gonna work. It's not like I'm against it. I'm just saying that we've not set our house in order. So it's not something that I'm looking forward to say, oh, this thing it go do us any good. It go take us a step further. I don't think it's one of those things that I'm looking forward to. But if it comes, why not? If they agree to come and they agree to play under the problem, I will say nobody should not start complaining that they are not giving us this, they are not giving us that, because say now so this thing be before you come. Engineer Ibrahim Abela say I felt like there is really something not being shown out from the Manchester United room. Take for instance, Mason Greenwood. The lad just welcomed another baby with the same woman. He was bashful. Senator says Isla again shouldn't even come into the conversation with Owen Defoe. Isaac, etc. Emmanuel Abayo said concerning the transfer, I think Aston Villa did a good transfer. Got Asensio and Rashford. I think so too. Engineer Ibrahim Abiola says when Haaland told Arteta to stay humble, he's not disrespectful. Then fans with sentiment. Emmanuel Abayo says Isaac is not a world class, but he's very good. Very good. It's just this is what like probably his best season is had. Come on. If we say Isaac is very good, what are we going to say about Harry Kane? Yes, he played for a shitty club, but Harry Kane, even Isaac, I can't compare Son Heung-min. I can't put Son Heung-min and Isak in the same sentence. Are you joking with me right now? But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes these guys, I don't know, but let's just leave it like that, because some things are just sometimes to say he is just having a good season. If he's sure for him, make it try him again next season. Okay, Kalajay Brian says, recently 10 referees were suspended following controversial decisions in matches involving Real Madrid, notably the Espanyol Real Madrid game. How might this suspension influence future officiating? So for many years, if you follow football well, like you follow football and you follow the intrigues and the politics, you know that Spain is divided into two. Again, to be very honest, all of those politicking that happens is needed. Madrid was in a place where they would have gone into extinction, and the King of Spain came up, and you know that gesture where he gave his ring, his royal ring, seal of authority to Raul. I don't know if anybody remember in the 90s. And it was when Florentino Perez came into the fore. He had to leave his construction work and decide to come rescue the team. The rules were bent to keep Madrid up there, because Real Madrid represent the symbol of what football is. Okay? And we've seen, they say if VAR was used to the latter from the 60s up until now, Real Madrid will have only 6 UEFA Champions League titles. If the rules of the game were upheld to the only 5, sorry, they would not have all these 15 or 13 or whatever titles that they have. But they are Madrid. All of these things will happen. These decisions would always happen for some of the big team. When you're a big team, you carry weight. You use your position to do certain things. And the position that they belong, Madrid represent the real Spain. Barcelona represent the rebel. It's like the Irish and the English, right? The rebellious group of Spanish people, the Catalans. So decisions will be made that turns in the favor of Madrid in most cases. And then there are some cases where they'll just take some decisions. See, people can even say, go and fix the match, we will suspend you. And then it's just like the helicopter crash versus helicopter and airplane crash in Washington. When it first happened, I said, I told a friend, I said, that thing was pre-planned. So it shouldn't be something like, I said, no, the helicopter and airplane, let the jam now. You don't understand the way the airspace work. It never happened. Now we're beginning to hear that, it was actually pre-planned. The pilot of the helicopter was paid $1 million, blah, 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 blah. Many talk, right? So you see this type of thing. Conspiracy in football. I'm one of those persons, you follow me closely, you know that every league in the world is fixed. The interest, the people whose interests are in the game is too high. The kind of money that people put into the game is too much for you not to fix games. Let the fans just live with it. Let's follow football the way we follow wrestling. We know that this thing is orchestrated by rehearsal, they scripted before they start, but we just go with the flow. If not, you'll just be here complaining, this will happen, that will happen. Football is fixed. Of the 13 titles that Alex Ferguson won, only maybe 5 are real. The rest are match fixing. There's nobody who's going to convince me. I'm not going to be able to give you proof, but my experience in football tells me all those matches were fixed. Nobody is going to come and try put a gun to my head. I'll tell you that's what I think. Real Madrid, the same thing. Barcelona also have won countless number of matches. Trophies have been won. Remember in 2013 when Ronaldo won the UEFA the Ballon d'Or? Remember what happened? The voting ended. They know that Ronaldo was not in the league. That's the season where Frank Ribery was in the league. But they know that Ribery is not a commercially viable person. For the very first and only time in the history of the Ballon d'Or, the voting was extended. The voting that day they extended the vote was the day Cristiano Ronaldo scored a hat-trick against Sweden that night. Remember that game that they played where he scored a hat-trick and Zlatan was clapping him off the field? And then eventually they recanted, they added those extra votes, and all of a sudden Cristiano Ronaldo won. You want to tell me that that's not politics from somewhere? It is politics from somewhere. But again, it is business. In business, people do things that will favor the bottom line. Business is about bottom line. Okay, that's why sometimes people fire people who does not follow the bottom line. So that's exactly what is going on. And a few people will be used as scapegoat, but at the end of the day, the business will be the business. And it's like what's happening with the NBA now. for a very long time, players are allowed to take decisions. Players are allowed to do what they like. Luka Doncic, Don Kabi was his name, and Anthony Davis trade. That's not players. That's the billionaires taking decisions. Like, you know what? The money is no longer coming the way we want. The league does not have a face anymore. The face of the league is a 40-year-old man who's past his prime. Let's get somebody else who can be it. And what's the biggest club? What's the biggest economy? LA. Okay, California is the biggest economy. Okay, let's give LA Lakers something that will make the league again come back to where it belongs. Exactly that kind of decision. So there's politics in it. People can make noise, say all the things they want to say, even the talking about the league. But hey, it is what it is. I'm not surprised about it, but it's just what we've come to expect in football. Engineer Ibrahim Abela said, what do you think about all the transfers dealings by all teams, boss? Seems like only City and Villa make the best out of this window. So the thing about the transfer that, well, a lot of people, if you remember last summer, Real Madrid, Manchester City didn't do much transfer business. And then look at the pool of injured players. So what they've done now is, let's just accept that this season is going to be a bad season for them. They're not going to win anything. This season is going to be terrible. They might win FA Cup. They might still go win Champions League. We're not hoping. But let's say they don't win anything. They do some business now. And then by the summer, they do a clear out. Kevin De Bruyne has to go. Bernardo Silva had to go. Ike Gundogan has to be told bye-bye. Kyle Walker from the loan to AC Milan, bye-bye. So all of those, replacements will not come to the fore. Grealish, all those guys should go. The team will do a rebuild, and they cannot do it over one window. That's why they did what they did. For Aston Villa, the team is regenerating. They would have sold Oli Watkins. He's 29. It's not going to be more productive anymore. When people say, well, Arsenal didn't buy him, I was like, Arsenal needs a 29-year-old player who's having his pivoting, he's going down, right? But those two did their own. Some of that teams could not they didn't have the wiggle room to do whatever transfer they want to do this January because it will affect their PSR rating by the end of June. And if they don't want anything that will affect their PSR rating, and then they get point deduction, and then they get suspended from doing transfer, next summer they will do whatever they want to do. Take Manchester United, for instance. They would have loved to do a lot of transfer, but they couldn't sell any player. They couldn't move on any player. The one that left was on loan, so it's still on their neck. They needed to do a lot of sales. Once they do that, they can't buy, but they couldn't do sales. Okay, Casemiro didn't go, Rashford didn't go. No, they're going to wait till when they cross the PSR window and they realize, okay, we have enough money. That's why they put up Garnacho for sale, because if they are sold him, he's an academy player, full profit. If you look at Arsenal have sold some academy players, Madeleine Maitland-Niles, Brice Nelson, Smith Rowe, Eddie Nketiah. Eventually, it will work for them in the next summer. So when people talk about the way Arsenal have done their transfer, I don't think there's anything bad with it. First off, he took a team that was having a soft underbelly. You push them around, you score goals, cheap goals against them. First off, fix the defense, right? One of the biggest mistakes that I think Arteta made was letting the goalkeeper Martinez go to Aston Villa. But at the time he made that decision, it was a good decision. But then on hindsight, everybody had 2020 vision. So when you look at the team from back going forward, the team is good. Now they need just a striker, right? I think that in the next transfer window, they will get more wingers. They might go for the guy that lit up the Euros for Spain, Williams. They might get somebody else, and then get the center forward. It could be Vlahovic. I don't want him anyway. It could be Benjamin Sesko. It could also be Victor Gyökeres. I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be Victor Osimhen. A lot of people were saying Victor Osimhen was going to come to Arsenal this January. I told people that if we are being honest, Victor Osimhen is damaged goods. But Nigerians are very sentimental. Victor Osimhen is damaged goods. If you look at the way transfers have gone in Italy before, a player that does well for Napoli very well will move to either Inter, AC Milan, or Juventus. And to go on loan to Galatasaray, I tell you how bad that market is for him. And because that market is bad, everybody's going to be like, wait a minute, what's happening here? I think this is a guy that we want in our team. All of those conversations. Well, he's our player. Everybody is keeping it hush-hush because you have to speak good of him. I don't belong to that class anyway. So I've got to tell you the way I know it is, because my community, the people who come to my channel, expect me to say the truth the way it is. I'm not going to be here trying to lick anybody's house and trying to be a nice guy. No, that's all people expect of me. People who come to my channel know what they expect, and that's exactly what I'm going to give them. Having said that, though, I think the best window is lost his best two windows. I won't be surprised if his next move is going to come with Everton, Wolves, those kind of clubs, Nottingham Forest, those kind of clubs going for Victor Osimhen, because the big clubs, this cycle now is gone. The next cycle of transfer will be having different type of players, different available players. Barcelona will need another striker. Lewandowski will be going. They will need another striker unless they have somebody coming up their youth team. And a few other teams, Manchester United need a striker. Chelsea may need a striker. So the pool is big. He might be lucky to fall into one of those. But then players like Alexander Isak, players like Benjamin Sesko, players like Victor Gyökeres are now at the very top of the asking list. Then before you will see any other players, being called up in the leftover list. Emmanuel Obayo says we can't compare Isak to Diego Costa, Robin van Persie, Harry Kane. Talk more of Lewandowski, Suarez, Benzema, Ronaldo, da Lima. No, it's not even in that school set. Peter Akero says it's been a long time. Mutat, welcome back, boss. Thank you very much. Engineer Ibrahim Abdullah says it's really what it is, but everything is just a way of re-strategizing and think of way to curb the network issue henceforth. We'll try. 69 football say, now recently I see the picture. I know that people just saw it now and everybody, congratulations. But wait, if I snap a picture with FIFA president, why congratulate me? I didn't announce any appointment now. So just snapping the pictures requires congratulations. I don't know how you guys see it, but I remember one time I saw a picture with Tedula. Okay, we went for a meeting at what's that restaurant again? Barbara. Oh, what's the name of this hotel now for Ahmadu Bello Way after Bonny Camp? Okay. That's Ibu Hotel. And then we got talking and we start picture. Everybody, like, what is wrong with people? Okay, Engineer Bella says probably an alternative against any other unforeseen circumstance again. I don't know. The internet is the internet. It's the way it works. Kalija Ibrahim Adewale say, how might Victor Boniface's decision to publicly disclose private message affect his public image and relationship with his fans? I don't think I'm going to get into trouble with the thing that's going to come out. No. Nigerian players do not build brand. They just build a football entity for money, and it's not just a Nigerian player thing. It's almost everybody. When you grow in football, there are stages. First stage is the survivor stage, where you play the football to go earn a contract and start earning money. That's survivor stage. You get from survivor stage, which is now you're going pro. You go from survivor stage to luxury stage. Luxury is now when the money is not enough to take care of you, your family, and quite a few people around you. Then you now move from that to the investment stage. Investment stage is when you're not building a brand. You're investing in yourself, you're investing in businesses and all that. If you look at Nigerian players, and this is not me shitting on them or talking them down, Nigerian players have not reached that stage of when you hear, this player, Matthew Flamini, is investing in biotechnology, biodiesel, no, you've not heard that. Lucas Podolski have over 150 shawarma kebab shop all across Germany, and is making every week is making over 15 million euros. We've not seen any player like that in Nigeria. Our players are just, you know what, I get money past your papa. That kind of, those kind of things. So the kind of fans that our players also have are, and that girl is right. Do give away, and your sins are forgiven. So we are a penance type of fan base. We have a penance type of fan base where if somebody in Nigeria now rape your mama and do give away, you forget the rape. That's the kind of people that we are. So I don't think this would affect his brand, because Nigerian players do not move with brand. They don't move with brand. When Neymar moved from Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain, he did not only just move to play football. His brand followed him. Same thing he did when he went to Saudi Arabia. Same thing is just done now when he's going back to Brazil. There's no Nigerian player. When Ahmed Musa came to Nigeria, did any brand follow him and say, because Ahmed Musa is signing for Kano Pillars, let's go and sponsor Kano Pillars? No. Brand Ideye, Shehu Abdullahi. So our players do not move with brand. They just move with their bank account and their small, low life, thinking they're superstars, because in the land of the blind, one eye man is the king. They are rich because they are surrounded by poverty. As rich as people like LeBron James, if you see the circle that they are in, is so filled with other rich, well-to-do people, musical artists, film stars, former NBA players, NFL players, that they cannot just be bugaing unnecessarily. Because all you want buga for, they may go humble you. But these guys don't have anybody. Even the Odumodu Black, all these guys are walk around them, are sucking up to them. How many times you see Burna Boy go start from this zone trying to hang out with any Nigerian player? Because he's bigger than them. He's not seeing them. How many times you see the video try to do that? He's bigger than them. He's not seeing them. Now them, they even in a hurry to want to attend the party. You understand? Because money their level. Okay, there is riches, there is wealth. There's no wealthy Nigerian footballer. There's only just rich Nigerian footballers. So it cannot affect their brand. Because this brand that the brand that they have is a master-servant relationship. Their fan base is servant. So let me give you a very vintage example. Most of the fans that I have on Twitter, if I open my DM for you, you would understand. Those are not my fans. Those are people who also are fans of other journalists who, like every now and then when they're in one small trouble, they are following you because they know that, they run out of data, they will beg you. They need food, they will beg you. They need school fees for their children, they will beg you. So it's just there. But if you go to the Elegbete TV family WhatsApp group, now that group, those are people who can tell me that if shut up, and if stop, and if this thing you're doing is not good, we want you to, we are asking you to stop, and I will stop. Now there's guys on Twitter. So if anything I do that will affect my brand is those people. That's the same thing with our footballers. So I don't think it's not a good thing to do. It's not a good thing to do because you're bigger. I'm even not of the opinion that if you help people, you should put it out. That's why it's like, do give away. No. That's not. I don't think that's a good thing to do. I don't think so. But hey, we live in a funny world. Maybe we the fans of Tog and 419 and Yahoo Boys. Yahoo Boys, who will know some Yahoo Boys. The story was told of a girl in secondary school. The mama they borrow money from a girl in secondary school. The mama they borrow money from her. Eventually, the girl now got pregnant. Ask her who get and the girl take the mama go meet 8 different boys because she not even know give her secondary school pikin. You understand? So that's the kind of society we've created. It's all about money. Anybody will get money in a big boy. In this country, you don't have to be reasonable. Just get money. Anyhow you take any money, no matter. The day police catch you, fine. If they don't catch you, live your life like that. Demola Benny Ibrahim say, we are back. I joined Lisha. Is it Patrick say, welcome back, boss? Thank you very much. Kaleja Ibrahim Adewale says, with Real Madrid at 50 points, Atletico Madrid 49, and Barcelona closing in with 48 points. How do you see the title race unfolding in the coming days? It's going to be tough. Barcelona will still have to play Atletico Madrid one more time, I think so. They also have to play Real Madrid. So, it's 50-50. Nobody, the title is not won, but those games will be key. And what makes it now bad for Madrid and Atleti is the fact that they played the 1-1 draw in that their game. So Barcelona knows that beat Atletico Madrid, beat Real Madrid, and then take care of the other games, you're champions. So they are graph, they know their graph. The same way Real Madrid is, make sure you don't lose to Barcelona and Atleti again, and then win every other team, you're champions. So that's the way it works. It's a 50-50. It's an easy one for everybody to play to their own strength and come out for themselves. There's no help me do something. Nobody's going to help you here. This is you do your own thing and let's say I go. Let's say Patrick said the Turkish League has been in the news a lot lately. What is your take? Will it get better as a lot of Nigerian players, both past and present, are talking about it? I don't think get better is not the word. I just don't think it will change. See, the way the Arabs operate is different. The Arab are gambling people. And they kind of like operate by their own ways. Don't forget that Turkey is not part of EU. It's not a Schengen nation, right? They're more like an independent nation. Is a land where Asia meets Europe. Okay? There are certain things that are done there that's different from what you do every other place. And again, I can't blame the Turkish for what they do. Probably they don't have a proper media to hide it. Because what they do in Turkey, they do it in England. What they do, match fixing, they do it everywhere. Every season across Europe, all the league that they fix match. That's the ones that are paid for fixing. There are the ones where referees just deliberately like, you know what, you want to tell me that Michael Oliver is not favoring Man City? Like, do you need any investigative journalist to tell you that Michael Oliver have something against Arsenal? There's a referee that used to have something against Chelsea in the Premier League. I've forgotten his name. He's retired. I wrote a book. There's no Chelsea match that he will officiate that he will not give unnecessary red card, multiple yellow card, one penalty out of nowhere. Dubious. Everything is dubious. Or you want somebody to tell you that Award Webb is not a pro Man United referee. So all of these things, some they will be paid, some they just grew up loving. Don't forget that these guys are football fans before they decide to become referees. They were not born referees. They were football fans before they become referees. So all of these things will happen. It's just that with Turkey, they are it's easy to paint them black because it's easy to condemn them. They don't have the power of the media that much. Simon Campbell say, welcome back, Oga. I really miss your buffet of sports analysis. Thank you very much. As Patrick said, with the analysis you just gave about the Super Eagles, it's that these players just don't care, or what? They don't care. That's the word I will use. If there's anything like that, that's the word I will use. Amazing. But Westerhoff was fitness inclined. He was successful with it. Sometimes if we talk some things, the way una take dey juxtapose una response, it dey be like man punch person. Now this is the reason why. Did Westerhoff coach this set of players? Westerhoff will not fit qualify for AFCON with this set of players. You call Westerhoff. Westerhoff at the time where guys stop, I beg. Stop. Amazing said, do you think Man City have a chance against Madrid in the upcoming Champions League game? I think that Man City have already lost the game with the plan, the program for that match. They are planning to embarrass Vinicius Junior by unveiling Rodri's Ballon d'Or. That's the plan. Oh, I don't know if they will keep it up. Whether UEFA will allow it happen. If they do it, Madrid will beat them at Etihad 4 or 5 goals to nothing. If they do that thing. And that day, Vinicius could use that day win the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, I will clear. But even if they don't, I don't think Madrid are not in their very best form, but I don't think Man City have what it takes. The soul has left them. The fear factor is gone. Nobody's afraid of them anymore. But I don't think that they will be able to. Can anybody say, which club jersey are you putting on boss? Looks fine. This is DC United in Dubai. FC United in Dubai. The club that Imadi plays for. That's the jersey that I'm wearing. Federal Palace Hotel. Yes, that's the hotel I was trying to remember where we had a launch meeting with Femi Tedola. Yes, here's a Patrick say, oh man, Nigeria Super Eagles future just they make me fear. Why you fear? Does it affect your business? Why is it so difficult to at least try to get it right? There's so many factors. There's so many moving parts that needs to come together. So many moving parts, and it's going to be difficult. It's really going to be difficult because we don't even have the machine to move to parts, and we don't have the machines, and we're not making moves to make it happen. We actually have created a situation, a situation where the players can actually make excuses. So we've not rubbed ourselves with gold. That's why when people talk about all this Kanishiko Emeka and the rest that they want to go bring is, I live in a 4-bedroom duplex, right? This is supposed to be one of the rooms. Now, instead of renting another office and producing another studio like I did previously, I told my wife, you know what, my producer, Kalejaya Ahmed, can work from his own, so carry some equipment, give to him. Every other person can work remotely. I'm going to use it as my office. Now, we have 3 rooms upstairs. The master's bedroom. I'll give you an illustration. The 2 boys stays in one room. My daughter stays in another room. Now, if anybody calls me and says, oh, I want to come visit you, I'm coming to Lagos, first thing I'll tell you is that I don't have space in my house. I don't. The ability to host visitors in this house, we've killed it with this studio being here. This is supposed to be visitors room. We've killed it, right? That's why the NFF need to create the atmosphere that can accommodate this generation of players that they are going out to go look for. And then they are also not developing players through the league, through grassroots system. When's the last time we qualified for the Olympics? Back to back, we've not qualified. And the reason being very, very simple. When in 2016, I played a key role. You see, this is a country that does not appreciate the kindness of people. I played a key role in raising over 576 million for South Asia's team to qualify for the 2016 Rio Olympics. I'm not saying anybody should give me an award, but it should be recognized that, oh, this guy, you did this thing for Nigerian football. Thank you. Right? Everybody kept quiet. As a matter of fact, somebody told me that even if I don't do anything for qualify, I said, okay, no problem. The next time they appointed my friend, Imama Makabo as a coach, and Kennedy Boboye assistant, and then Fidelis Leshuku, I told them from the beginning, I said, make I die if not fit qualify. Because I understand how the system works. We not go fit. Then I say, no, don't worry, the boys. I say, see, any go Rangers and under 23 will not be the same. Did they qualify? No. After that, the next one was for the Paris Olympics. We put together a team and gave Salisu to manage it. What happened? Did they qualify? No. You see that previously, all those teams for qualify. Because all we do is referee come, we bribe referee, they give us results, we get away, we sponsor our. You know, everybody does have those things, what they do. And everybody now don't know how to make sure they mitigate against it. You're not going to get access to the referee until match day. And it's too late, right? So, now, to get the campaign right, to get the players, some of the players, I remember Alex Iwobi, this Alex Iwobi person I don't like so. Alex Iwobi's first game when he was invited to Nigeria to come and play was against Zambia. He didn't play the game, came with his dad. I was the one that did all the behind the scene runs to make sure that happens. When he came, as I said, I know this one too small, this boy not going to play, and he was shaking. He was shaking on the plane. I was on that plane from Nigeria to Zambia. He was fidgeting when he see the players and he play with them, Azubike and the rest of them. Like, no, he was a kid, right? They keep him aside. Those little things that people do behind the scene is what we're lacking right now, and that's what's going to keep making us suffer. But when you talk, he's trying to get attention. He's claiming, he's doing this. Okay, we know they claim it, maybe they achieve it. So it's going to be very, very difficult if we don't put the right things in place. And I hope that one day we get to the place where we really know that Nigeria now needs to. I think that we need to fix some things. We need to do more stadium. We need to build training facilities. Anywhere in the country. Yeah. So not that. It's hard to explain, but we will see. Kalijaiba says, thank you for the show today, boss. My money starts right this week. Okay. Everybody say, I grew up loving the Super Eagles. Now, why if they pay me? We used to be better than this. All of us grew up loving the Super Eagles. I'm going to say, boss, I was only wanting you to clarify certain things, though. That your question did not look like you were wanting me to clarify. What's the relationship between West-South era and now? Do you know how many years that is? Almost 30 years, if I'm not mistaken. The difference between that time, the way they play football now, West-South, now they play now. The West-South team that you're talking about, 60% of that team, West-South 90 manage them. Is there any coach that can manage any player right now? Is there any coach in the Super Eagles that can manage any of the players? Think about it. The person where they manage you, I can't go Europe. Not going to tell you how to play. One of the best players during the qualifiers for the Olympic was Dikudi. Dikudi refused for Bonfijo's wife to manage him. They dropped him. Did you not watch the interview? I don't put the interview here. Did you not watch it? So the times are different. You go abroad, go play. Players where we say European club train, where they big pass you. You as a coach, they don't say you earn $10,000 or $50,000. That's less than what they earn. You won't go talk to them anyhow. You won't go tell them where they're wrong, where they go do fitness. They say, coach, go and sit down. No one get out. Coaches, players will be say, let's not even talk about this. Let's not even go into that conversation because it's not something you want to hear right now. Well, I've done 1 hour 27 minutes, which is 1 hour 30 minutes or thereabout that I promised to do. I think we've done enough. We've had to deal with a lot of questions, but it's like saying that the defensive midfielders of this team should play like Sondolu said. They can't. They're not make of the same breed. They're not the same generation. They don't see the Super Eagles as the same. People used to see Super Eagles as a do or die. Currently, players tell you that Super Eagles is not my papa. Osimhen said it in his rant. What's it called? Wilfred said it on the Twitter space. A lot of players, that's what, it's not my papa job. He can't come and go. So there's no zeal, no passion for it. So let's just be very, very honest about it. The generations have changed. The times have changed. And then it is also left for the administrators. As much as I want to promote the players and blame the players, I also have to come to their level. Let me give you a very good example. When Yinka Sports was auditioned at Brilla FM, and then he came to work the next day, and it was told that he would have to work for money tonight. I wasn't working. I never worked for money tonight. I always say to people, I came into Brilla as a superstar. That's how I saw myself, because they didn't teach me anything. And I wasn't a rookie. I came in, I played football, I've traveled abroad, I had my exposure, right? But Yinka had to like walk around the clock. He didn't know that that's how radio was. So he came with one guy called Ebuka. Ebuka is one of the best guys that we auditioned, but didn't work. But Ebuka had a Gen Z, was the early taste of Gen Z, had a Gen Z mindset. Like, no, I can't work. I want to do my show and then go. Brina wasn't like that. He would sleep in the office and all that. Yinka took it. Yinka stayed. Ebuka went on to be, I don't know what happened to him. But point is, today, when I started this in 2017 and then we got the radio, the radio, and then I brought people, girls would tell me that during their menstrual period, they're not going to come to the office. Brina, you can't try it. You can't imagine that. Today, you employ Gen Zs, they tell you when they will work and how long they will work and then how much time they spend on their phone. Back in the day, you can't do that, right? So times have changed. You also have to now align yourself and adapt to change. If not, you're going to have a problem. The thing here is that we're not adapting to that change. We're not changing, okay? As Patrick said, the day a big soccer legend told me he's been owed 15 million naira till this day, I nearly cried. Things have gotten so rotten. Most people matter, so we don't even talk about because nobody even think of paying them their money. Kaljari Ibrahim Adewale says the Saudi Public Investment Fund is reportedly nearing $1 billion investment in sports streaming service, DAZN. How could this influence the broadcasting rights and accessibility of football matches for fans worldwide? I think that what people now realize is that we can own the right and sell it to anybody. It's no longer, Sky Sports, this one, that one. These are things that I said like 10, 15 years ago. I said it. But people said I was stupid. I was seeking attention. People know that terrestrial TV, real linear television, no longer have power anymore. One individual have Mr. Beast, you know Mr. Beast and Paul, have more viewership than a whole almighty CNN that have been on the ground since 1982, have more viewership than the BBC that have been there before Jesus Christ carried the cross from Owerri to Calvary. I think we'll carry this over to tomorrow because that's the time. But you see, knowing all of this, they need especially Saudi Arabia, who people think that, they're just all money, no action. They need people who can take it. And I like what Saudi Arabia is doing. DAZN is a British-based channel, but even though there's Saudi investment in it, I mean, which other brand doesn't have any major business has Saudi investment in it? They want them, take our league, show it to those English people, employ a lot of English commentators and to come and work for us so that the world will see us, because they know they're just taking the same model that the English use. English league is not the best league, but it's the most broadcast, the most talked about league in the world. Put the league in everybody's faces and then it become an attraction for everybody, because the goal is that by the time Saudi Arabia is hosting the world by 2034, football in Saudi Arabia was so solid that it will become a catalyst to drive the real estate business that they are doing, because they saw what real estate investment have done for Dubai. Excuse me. They also want to do the same thing. It's not about football. It's about selling Saudi Arabia as a destination for all, because they are the big brother of the Middle East. And they don't understand why Dubai will get the kind of attention and visitation. Nobody goes to Dubai and think, there's going to be terrorism, there's going to be bombing, there's going to be Islamic jihad there. So they want to do the same thing with Saudi Arabia. And the real estate, all this line that they are building, all this tallest building that they are building into the cloud, is that let's use football, basketball, golf to draw the attention of the high and mighties. And then by the time we're hosting the world, people would have bought a lot of properties, invested back in Saudi Arabia, because they know that American empire is collapsing. I mean, Roman Empire collapsed, Greeks collapsed, so America that will not collapse. America is collapsing. So before that, somebody should be prepared to absorb the money that would come off the collapse of America. It's as simple as that. It's a masterstroke move from Saudi Arabia people, and I think that anybody who is looking to do anything should also be looking at Saudi Arabia. Well, this is where we're recording on the show today. Tomorrow, hopefully, we will be here again. Network will allow us. We will talk about more. I think I loved the second half of the show. The questions were nice. Let's just make it like this. Let's forget about one news segment. Let's make the show like this. This is my idea of what my show should be, where the audience control the narrative. I think this, if we do it like this, going forward, it will be nice. I mean, think about it. When you come in, you come with your list of questions. We'll have it done, and we do proper hardcore analysis. And so people who come here know that, if you want analysis, that's where you go to. If you want podcasts, users, you know where to go. You know, those kind of things. Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Idafi Machias. You love to come in and like what you want to sports. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do what to subscribe. Help me tell your friends, to tell their friends, to tell their enemies that the Sports Buffet is back, streaming live, and will continue to be on for as long as you can. And remember, the goal this year is to do a lot of adult content, go to Europe, go to Morocco twice and all that. It is when you people subscribe that we'll be able to do that. If you don't subscribe, we'll just be here making noise. Please help us to make it happen. Thank you very much. Have yourself a wonderful day.